Good morning and welcome to the Red Mic. Happy Monday. Hope everybody had a good weekend. I don't know about y'all, but I watched a ton of college football over the weekend. I'm a huge college football fan, always have been. Not so much on the NFL in recent years, but again, a lot of fun games this weekend. These Red Mic messages are leadership and life lessons I picked up from 25 years as a public servant, 16 years as a youth football coach and scouting volunteer, and 10 years as a mediocre athlete with far more heart than actual physical ability. Today's Red Mic message: winners when they cry. Hats off to Northern Illinois' coach and the team, Thomas Hammock. Thomas Hammock is a former player at NIU who had his college career shortened when he had some health issues, a heart condition, and he couldn't pass the physical anymore and had to stop playing. And he went on and he's coached at a few college programs and a couple of pro programs. But he ended up back at his alma mater, and it hasn't been smooth sailing. In 2020, they went winless. Now, that was a team that had 75 freshmen, I think I read. Well, now you look at the team, and they've got 30-something seniors and redshirt seniors. So a lot of the leadership on that team is made up of players who suffered through that 2020 season. Now, granted, it was a COVID shortened season. They went 0-6, but winless is winless. And I've coached a winless team before. Actually, that's not true. They weren't winless. They won one game, and that one game, it was like we won the Super Bowl. The kids were just so excited, and it was a 2-0 win. And this team, bless their hearts, they tried really hard, but they didn't have a whole lot of talent. But they never quit either. And let's say the same thing about NIU. I think they're called the Huskies. Well, this weekend, they were playing one of those games where they were paid like $1.4 million to go to South Bend, to the unincorporated area known as Notre Dame, Illinois. Indiana, excuse me. It's early. They went to South Bend to play, in the shadow of Touchdown Jesus and all of the storied history of Notre Dame. They were unranked. I haven't looked at the AP polls. I don't know if they're going to be unranked now because they beat Notre Dame. Notre Dame, who had just come off a win against Texas A&M in College Station. And people were starting to talk about Notre Dame, say, hey, Notre Dame might not be... Well, now Notre Dame's got their work cut out for them to even possibly try to make that post-game tournament, because in a story, frankly, that is just inspiring, filled with resilience and determination and the unwavering power of belief, Northern Illinois University football beat Notre Dame. And after the game, a clearly very emotional Thomas Hammock said, and I'm quoting, "I'm so proud of our kids, the coaches, everybody. They believed, and we came in and got it done." Now think about this. If you're a senior or a redshirt senior on that team and you're still around, in this era of transfer portals and advertising money that players can now get, there's a lot less stability on these teams than there used to be. You get your national money, your local money, and I'm not saying it's a bad thing because these kids have been taken advantage of for many, many years, in my opinion. But it has led to less stability on these team rosters. So when you look at the fact that 30 something seniors and redshirt seniors are still part of this NIU squad, most of those kids, most of those seniors probably suffered through that 2020 0-6 season. And a year after they lost, went 0-6, they won the MAC championship. And that seemed impossible or improbable at the very least. Thomas Hammock, I mentioned the Tom T. Hall song in the tease and the preview on this. I love winners when they cry, losers when they try. Thomas Hammock and his NIU kids, they're winners. They could lose the rest of the season. I don't think they're going to. I think they're going to have a really good season based on everything that I've read. He said all these guys that have been through the program, through the ups and downs, and they're continuing to fight. They're my kids. I'm happy for the adversity to push through, no matter the situation. I just could not be more proud. And again, this is while he's fighting back tears. They're streaming down his face. It was one of the more inspirational post-game interviews I've seen in a long time. And then when, after they beat Notre Dame and they're back in the locker room after the game, he told his kids again, listen, what you can do with the power of belief and working together and staying through it through thick and thin, that's what we are. That's a team. That's family. That's guys that want it. I told you all week, we do not need luck. We do not need luck. Maybe they did need a little bit of luck because they were playing a pretty good Notre Dame team, I think. But, man, they fought through it. They believed. That's the thing. Whether you think you can do it or you can't, you're right. I wish I could remember who said that. It's one of those quotes that's out there, and I know the quote, but I wish I... School me in the comments. I mean, I'm going to look it up on Google later, but school me in the comments and let me know who said that. The Coach Hammock's words, I mean, they echo the sentiments of so many athletes and individuals who have faced challenges and emerged victorious, but it's not just a matter of talent or luck, it's a combination, but you've got to have perseverance, you've got to work hard, and you've got to be relentless in the pursuit of your goals. Another thing he said, all these guys have been with our program, lived through the ups and downs, and have continued to fight. It's like they're my kids. I just couldn't be more proud. If that doesn't start off your week with hope and inspiration and maybe a stronger belief in the power of belief and hard work and determination, man, I don't know what could. If you haven't seen the interview, look it up. It's all over YouTube. It's all over X. It's all over everywhere. Thomas Hammock, NIU, congrats. And, my hat's off to him. And I love Notre Dame. I'm, been a Notre Dame fan, most of my life. But, man, I'm a Thomas Hammock fan now. And I'm going to be watching him and his kids, as he calls them, for the rest of the season. I think it's going to be an exciting year for him. And that's today's Red Mike message. I hope you found it interesting. I hope you find it helpful. I hope you'll be back again tomorrow. I hope you will give me a like, a follow, and a share, whether it's here on Facebook or any of the other any other outlets that you follow me on. Again, please give me a like, a follow, and just as importantly, a share. Maybe jot down a thing or two that you liked about it and put it put it in a comment and send it out. I'd really appreciate it. And don't forget, life is short. Drink the bourbon.